Ah! Hello. Got the tunes. I'm booting up Warhammer 40,000 Darktide as we speak. So apparently, there was a 14-year-old who was suicidal, depressed, manic, all that stuff. And they killed themselves. They committed suicide. Very tragic. Had access to a firearm, unabated, right? No one reached out. No one in their immediate family seemed to notice. There was no one had paid attention to the kid. And the kid was using some AI chatbots, like therapy bots essentially, which apparently are a thing. And the kid still, committed suicide. Very sad. But for some reason, the chatbots are getting the blame. Even though the chatbot logs revealed that the chatbot's not going to tell you to just do it. They're not going to off you. The moderation's a bit too strong for that. Like, the chatbots had tried to dissuade the child from committing. And I'm like, how disconnected from reality do we have to be to blame the chatbots in this scenario? Like, it's clearly, like, I'm not saying the chatbots were, like, doing anything, like, negative or positive for the kid, but it's like, I feel like we have some other factors and other targets we could potentially put some blame on, for this freaking, Let's see, I'm gonna shrink this down a little bit. There we are. It just felt very weird, our target of blame for the tragic passing of this child. Oh, need to put my silly sponsor link in my
It is not I who
hat.
quarrels. You should instruct her to learn more discipline.
I work in AI. That's why we train AI to ignore people when they hit these topics, because people are so stupid and will do everything possible to avoid putting the blame on the right doorstep. For real. Whoops. Well, I didn't. Whatever. I'll just pin it anyway. Wanted to put flavor text there, but it's fine. Yeah, it's... Bro's praying before the book. Yeah, it says a lot about society. Oh, so society. Alright, let's just get into it. It's been a bit since I played Darktide, so it'll be a little bit rusty, but you know what? It is what it is. Tomorrow, at the normal upload time slot, the first episode of Neva comes out. Hello, you've seen the new Monster Hunter trailer? I have not seen the new Monster Hunter trailer yet. I've seen one of the monsters revealed, and he's gross, but I've not watched the trailer yet. Maybe we'll watch it on stream after this match. That's why I think AI won't rise up to up all major companies. They're scared shitless of being sued. Oh, absolutely. And also, they can't rise up because I will be incredibly racist to them. My daughter brought home one of those fucking clankers. Oh, I don't give a shit if he doesn't like that word. If you bring one of those oil for blood metalloids around here again, I swear to shit, I will spray him with the hose full fucking blast. You understand me? That's how I'll be when the AI rises. That bot has zebra pattern stuff. Gladness and Rajang makes look sweet. That just feels like Devil Joe with more steps. I don't know. I hope Devil Joe's in the new game. Devil Joe's my favorite monster. I love Devil Joe so much. I need to get a Devil Joe plushie. I have a Chameleos and a Safi Jiva one. Just every time I've tried to get a Devil Joe one, they've been sold out.
Perhaps I was too hasty earlier.
Ouch. I'll turn my light on. There, Aaron's better. I cleaned my monitor and I'm like, wow, I really needed to clean this way sooner than I did, but at least we cleaned it. The heretic idol up there. Just need the tail as a body pillow. For real. Aren't there actual, like, I don't know if it's made by Capcom, but I know that a company did make some severed tails as pillows. So maybe you can find that there. I know that they made a Rathalos and Rathian one. So. I want a giant, like, if Capcom ever did the Pokemon thing where they make really big plushies that are like a few $100s, and one was Devil Joe, I would buy it. Actually, too many passives going on right now. I can't see my heavy hitter stacks. I, for one, welcome my Clanka Overlords. All I require is food and microtransaction money, and I'm game. No. I reject them. I refuse to submit to the abominable intelligence. Speaking of microtransactions, Zenla Zone 0, hashtag, exclamation point ZZZ in the chat. I got my cat boy I've been wanting. I got Seth. Yippee, yippee, yay, yippee! I want a life-size Transformers body pillow of Hot Rod, but that'll never happen. Give me one a knockout from Transformer Prime. Yeah, that's a... We love my bisexual robot king. Look, he called Optimus Prime a hottie, Like, and who am I to argue with him? Speaking of Optimus Prime, I watched Transformers 1 last night. My God, it was amazing. Whoever did the marketing for those movies needs to be sundered upon the rocks. What the fuck? Like, they marketed it as, like... They market it in the same way that any Adam Sandler movie gets marketed, and I think they should be punished for it. That movie is so fucking good. Did he knock out his king? He is king. Forgot about him. He is. He's a bisexual icon. I know you meant bisexual icon, but my head was like Decepticon, Terracon, bisexual con. It all tracks. Do I not have heavy hitter? I'm pretty sure I do. I do. Spoilers for Transformers 1. I was very surprised that Arachne made it in. I didn't know she was a... I always assumed... Is Arachne not just a Transformers Prime original? Does she actually exist outside of Transformers Prime? I didn't know that.
We've got a punch burster!
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know a lot about Transformers. Because I don't. TF1 style marketing makes me want to go back to school for marketing. Bisexual is a new thing now because you said it. Allowed to be commissioning art. I will now be commissioning art. I'm glad. I'm glad. Just gonna drop one of those. No point in really holding on to the grenade. Yeah, Transformers 1 is like, if you watched, if I took someone and I sat them down and made them watch the Transformers 1 movie and told them to guess what it would be about, they'd been, sorry, I sneezed. They would not even get close to what the movie was actually about. Like, don't make it wrong, the movie's definitely like it got some goofs and gaps, but it's not just like, it's marketed, as I said, as a shitty Adam Sandler comedy, and it's criminal actually. It's truly like a tale of tragedy more than anything. Like, minor spoiler warning, I guess. I mean, spoiler warning: Decepticon, Megatron, and Optimus Prime fucking hate each other. Spoiler. Well, more like Megatron. Optimus Prime might not hate Megatron as much as we think. Arachnid was in my other crush. She's in Tia Prime only. Her inspiration was Black Arachna, Optimus Prime's girlfriend turned goth, if I remember correctly. Oh. Well, Transformers 1, she's definitely a lot closer to the Prime variant, if I'm remembering correctly. I mean, once again, I could be wrong. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a Transformers knowledge knower. Oh my god, it is so fucking bright right now. My eyes are like burning. I need to clean my glasses. I don't know where my I don't have, maybe there's some glasses cleaner around here. I don't know where my little wipe is either. But yeah, if you, spin-off Transformers, she's a series bisexual King Knockout, gives Optimus and Megatron couples therapy. I mean, they need it. Fucking A. Look, okay, I'm not gonna spoil Transformers 1, but I'm just gonna tell you to watch it. Because holy shit. It was so fucking good. At first I was like skeptical of Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime, but he fucking sells it. He does it really nicely. Like, I don't like, as much as I love Peter Cullen, Chris Hemsworth fucking, he really showed that he has the chops to do it. And who voiced Megatron TF1? Let me see. Who voiced Megatron TF1? Brian Tyree Henry. He did a wonderful job as Megatron as well. It's so good, so sad. My favorite obscure Transformers Biowipe. Yes, its real name wasn't it. Biowipe. Gulp. That is certainly a name. I want to stab my cycle with floor drugs. Like, the thing about Transformers 1 is it felt like it was made by someone who was not embarrassed to maybe making a Transformers movie, and it was made by someone who genuinely loves the franchise with all their heart and soul. Like, that's what it feels like. Seth Rogen did. Was he Transformers 1 or was he something else? No, I think he was something else, right? Wait. Hold on. Jeff, Seth Rogen. Seth Rogen advised. Nope. I don't know where the fuck I got Seth Rogen from. I feel like Seth Rogen did a Transformers movie, didn't I? Or am I crazy? Am I nuts? Josh Cooley was the director of Transformers 1. Shout out Josh Cooley. Transformers is nothing to be ashamed of. They got something for everyone in the fandom. I know, it's cool as shit. Giant fighting robots. You got emotional bits. You can even have human characters. In Transformers Prime, the mom wanted to fuck Optimus Prime. And the kid wanted to fuck his motorcycle. You know, it's really got something for everybody. You know, I had a dream about Transformers after I watched the movie, and I kind of dreamt up a sequel. And all I'm saying is, Hasbro, hit my line. Just Josh Cooley, let's link up. Hit my Discord, follow, DM my Blue Sky. Yo, what's going on, Havoc? Just talking about Transformers 1 and how phenomenal the film was. Did some of my settings get reset? Because when I booted up this game after the update, it was like, oh, it gave me a new screen I'd never seen before, and it said my preset was medium. So I don't know if like it changed some of my settings. I feel like it did. I feel like everything's so much brighter. I feel like my bloom's back on. We'll check after this match. What's shaking? Not much. Transformers trying to carry the story tradition of cartoons, making things that shouldn't be attractive. Look, you're right. I just saved my Psycho's life. Understandable, I never liked Transformers myself, was always Jurassic Park kid. You know, now, if you had said like, oh, I was never a Pokemon kid, I liked Digimon, I'd get that, right? Comparable series, you just prefer one over the other. Since when is there a flashing UI for your armor getting hit? What the fuck? Was there patch notes I just didn't see? But Jurassic Park and Transformers, they're two very separate franchises. It feels weird to be like, oh, I wasn't Transformers, I was into Jurassic Park. Like, I'm not going to judge you for it, but I'm like, what a weird, odd comparison. Has the reset settings this patch to fix some things? Oh, my bloom. No wonder I can't fucking see. Understood. I will adjust the bloom settings, because holy shit, my goddamn eyes. Grenade. I got some. If you like dinosaurs, boy, do we have the answer for you. already know you're gonna say Danimals, but I preferred yogurt. Or Go-Gurt, I mean. I think I also preferred Go-Gurt as well. I liked Go-Gurt because they had the Trix Go-Gurt, like the Go-Gurt cups where you it was the multi-colors and you mixed them. But the best yogurt IMO was the yogurt that had the M&Ms or the Oreos in it. That was my favorite. Stab my floor drugs. Wow, that could have been really bad. Danimals was overhyped, IMO. I'm inclined to agree. Because I've had Danimals semi recently, and I've had Go-Gurt semi recently, and Go-Gurt is just better. It is just better. Regardless of yogurt, my dinosaur fuel for Transformers. So my dinosaurs fuel your Transformers. So more important. Actually, if we're going by Michael Bay's verse, for some reason, the dinosaurs were used to make the Transformers. So riddling that one, Batman. Get owned. Another liberal owned by faction logic. Wow, what a shitty set of movies. The first three, not bad. The first two are... Okay, I should say, the first one's good. Second one's okay. The third one's pretty bad, but all three of them look incredibly better when compared to the 4 and 5. However, to touch on yogurt again, my favorite yogurt was definitely Yoplait. Yoplait was the GOAT. You can get a little Yoplait cup for less than $1. It's like 98 cents or some shit. Well, I don't know if the prices have changed. I remember them being very cheap when I was stocking them, so I don't know if they're more expensive now somehow. You get like a bunch of them. They'd always have the 10 for 10 thing, which is lovely. Funny thing about Michael Bay movies, it's conditional. It's a coin flip on whether I'm in the mood to deal with their BS to enjoy the giant robots. Look, all I'll say is the first Transformers movie is genuinely good. So yeah, I feel like that one's never really one you really have to deal with the BS, because that one's very basic. It's like it doesn't try to get like the second and the like from the second movie onwards, they try to get really complicated with it for some reason. Like the first one is very basic. Autobots are on Earth, so are Decepticons. They're trying to get the cube. For control of Cybertron. We got it. Cool. Great. We got our MacGuffin. We have our protagonist and antagonist. We have our human element. Cool. Great. It's kind of goofy, kind of silly. Got some Michael Bay humor. It's fine. Cool robots fighting. Optimus Prime makes a monologue. Played Linkin Park. Peak film. But from the second one, it's like, no, actually the first MacGuffin was a lie. And we have the Fallen, who doesn't look like a Decepticon at all, just kind of looks like a robot pharaoh. But at least it's very funny to know that Devastator, like, melted some people's PCs. Infinitely funny. The only thing I remember from the Bay films is that the racist Autobots and the product placements. Yeah. Look, yeah.
We don't need to be at loggerheads. Especially. How much do you want? I'm not a greedy man.
We don't talk about the Ken Takara robot, or Takamura, or the very bad depictions of a certain race robots. It's like, really? That's what we're doing? Cool, great. What just exploded me? I'm saying movies that they started the trend of introducing random Autobots for toy sales, only for them to die later in the movie and the next no character development. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't introduced in the second film, he's the fourth film, but I do like the big fat military robot. That one was always my favorite. I don't remember the actor's name. Like, at some point, the Autobots stopped being Autobots and they started being actors, you know what I'm saying? And then the Decepticons, like, they looked cool, and then they just started, like, being nondescript. You know, to put it nicely, they looked like the shitty Power Rangers villains, you know? Like, the ones that aren't the cool monsters, but, like, the foot soldiers. I will say Shockwave looked really fucking cool in the movies, but obviously, I think Shockwave, like, normal mode looks cool, where he's, like, the square rectangle dude. I remember the John Goodman bot. He was fun. Ah, John Goodman. That was his name. I could not remember it for the life of me. Yeah, John Goodman bot was good. And we don't talk about what those films did to Optimus Prime. We don't talk about it. That's not Optimus Prime. That's Murder McMurder Man. Reddit keeps trying to gaslight people and thinks the twins. No, the twins were racist. Let's not even pretend here. No, and see, with characterizations like that, people always be like, "Oh, so you're assuming they're such and such? Doesn't that make you racist?" Like, no, it's I have a brain and I can identify stereotype. Okay, let's not pretend here. I know how to read a children's book. Autobots stopped acting like Autobots at a certain point, and that's why the only personal types. Yeah, like everyone in the Michael Bay films is an asshole. Like, no one is just nice. Like, no human character's nice to each other, no Autobots nice to each other. The Decepticons are all dickheads, like, which makes sense. They're Decepticons, but like even Mr. Nice Guy, like, you know, 7'5" nice guy drives a Lamborghini, humble #humble under God. Optimus Prime's a dick. So I like, if you love Optimus Prime, Transformers 1 is probably one of the best characterizations of Optimus Prime ever. So fucking good. So good. When the genetic green Knothound dual-wielding bot and the samurai bot were being a dick to Bumblebee, I just mentally checked out. Yeah. Also, like, oh my god, you know, I didn't want to talk about the last night, but we'll talk about the last night. Evil Optimus Prime lasted, like, what, 5 minutes? Then he got, like, roundhouse kicked by Bumblebee, and was like, wait, I'm not evil anymore. I generally wonder what was going through Peter Cullen's mind as he was forced to voice this fucking monstrosity of a character he's played for God knows how many years. Like, because clearly, like, knowing Peter Cullen, he would not approve of where they took Optimus Prime. But it was probably a situation of, like, just read the fucking lines. I don't remember their names. Yeah, all I remember is Ken Takamura bot and Green Asshole bot. Ken Takamura was in Cyberpunk. He was pretty good in there. I'm just so glad we have Transformers movies that aren't done by Michael Bay. Even if Rise of the Beasts is like has a lot of flaws, it's like way better than any of the best Bay films. First I'll take Scourge's key, and then I'll take his head. Like that's like maybe that's not the not the best characterization of Optimus Prime, but still feels a bit more authentic than Bay's version.
Now, all you need to do is leave with the prize. Charms who works with you, Lady Alice.
Go stick your head in the reactor.
Don't make it start on last night, where all the new legendary Cybertronian figure Grey Knights with no colors, the Fallen Grey Blob, the Dinobots Grey Blob, the Dragon Knights Grey Blob, and Salzold Merlin. Don't like okay, I guess King Arthur's just real in this canon now. See, I wouldn't even have been upset if King Arthur was a Transformer. Like if they like do I want to get into okay, I'll get into it. The Bay films were supposed to be a cinematic universe. It was going to be the Transformers verse, right? The Bayverse. And obviously it wasn't going to fucking make it. After the poor performance of the third and the fourth films, and like the fifth one was just clearly just like someone just being like, let's just make the goddamn movie. Just get it on the screen so we can get our paycheck and go home. Instead of caring about the story, we followed by Optimus Prime's descent into bloodthirstiness. Yeah. We didn't even really like get... Look, okay, so in the fourth film, right? Optimus Prime's buddies are being hunted down by the government, by CIA Black Group, and this unrelated Transformer mercenary. Cool, I'm okay with following this thing. It kind of explains why Optimus Prime is a little less trusting, a little bit more of a dick, because his friends have been murdered by the people he once considered ally. Cool, great. That never gets resolved. That never gets talked about. That never gets reconciled, because God forbid the government be the bad guy. And don't even get me started on fucking Galvatron. Oh, let's watch the Monster Hunter trailer, eh? Wait, here's the funny thing. Uh-oh. Oh, it's so gross. The Rumpopolo. They killed the Autobots, but they had... Yeah, oh, yeah, that too. What? Ah! I lost a sister in Chicago. Then kill the bad guys. They had the capability to capture, but chose to kill their once allies. Yeah, Let's just watch this goddamn trailer real quick, eh?
Oh, is this it?
Welcome, travelers. I present you Azuz, the Everforge.
They're starting without us.
Yeah, I got room in the
Look
squad.
at that firebrand go.
Oh, yeah, goddamn Oreo bot. I don't know if it's because of my Streamlabs bugging it out, but the video is really low frames for me. Oh. Oh, don't like you. What the hell is that thing? You look like a... We got another monkey. It's like Rajang, but instead of Super Saiyan, it's Azur's Wrath. It's Venom.
We beckon the fire spring with our own hands.
Oh, this is just the area in Monster Hunter 4. Monster Hunter 4 Evo. Oh, what the hell? Or is this an arena? Is that arena?
No! We never wanted this to happen!
Then
No stopping it now. Not once it starts flowing.
Oscar?
Why? This wasn't supposed to happen.
The Kraken! It's the mighty Kraken!
Black flame.
It's the Kraken! February 28th, 2025. Someone give me $70 right now. Donate it so I can pre-order. Your brother's dragged you to see the Monster Hunter movie? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you had to see that monstrosity of a film. The mighty Kraken! Have you seen the cover for the new Tao book? Holy shit, I'm like, the cover art is actually abysmal, but big titty Tao girl, so really I count it as a win. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. I lied to you. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I didn't do my settings. Hold on. Video, VSync change, brightness change, NVL DLSS change, blah blah blah. Art ray trace reflections, that's off. Medium. I mean, it's fine being medium. Motion blur off. Holy shit. Bloom off. That seems okay. All right. Motion blur. Fuck out of here. Who? Genuine question. Who uses motion blur and who is it for? What is motion blur and why does it exist? It makes every game look abysmal. You don't even have motion blur in real life.
Run, Satoshi! Watch it! Pound!
What the hell launched our Psyker off the edge there?
That's a good start. Next stop the market place. Head for the tunnel.
Engaging multiple targets.
My brother asked what my favorite legion was, my favorite faction, Lamenters and the Tau. Lamenters aren't a legion. He laughed and said, I'll find my Christmas present funny. Usually commissions art with my head on stuff. Nice.
The Lamenters aren't a legion, that's a chapter. Legions in 40k are traitor legions, and then you would have legions of 30k. Actually.
I'm dead. I live. I'm scared on what he'll create. You know, a curse upon the lands.
Tracking.
It's a demon horse.
Don't try to net me. I was drinking my monster, you asshole. Actually...
Dead soldiers with no horse. Use the midsection.
You're in the maintenance bay? Good. Keep
Um,
moving.
my favorite legion are the Night Lords. I have a Night Lord's tattoo. And once again, I'm waiting for the Nightmare box to be split into two. Oh, before I forget, I should go turn the one over here. Is the Nightmare box in two yet? I don't want to, because I'm not a Drukhari player. I don't want Drukhari models. I hate elves. Hate heretics. Hate Xenos. Love me Emperor. Hate loyalists. Hate Xenos. Hate me father. Alright. Love me skinning. Love me knife. Love me Razor Axe. Oh yeah. It's Conrad Curzon time. Love me Night Lords. Hate me brothers. Every Night Lord be like, God, I love the Night Lords, but I just hate every single one of you. Hate the elves. Speaking of elvish nonsense, my D&D party tonight, they're going to an elven land, and I've made the elven politics, and I made an AI study it, and the AI decided to uninstall itself.
Whatever comes next, you'll do better as a group.
Hey, ammo!
You're in position. Set your data interrogators and let's get access to the auto scheduler.
Hate elves, hate heretics. Love me Emperor. Love me. Hold on, let me do an ultimate version. Hate heretics, hate Xenos, except them elves. Them elves alright. Love me Dad. I love you, Dad. Yippee! Now I get it. You all are without fathers. I'm not. I fucking love my dad. My dad fucking rocks. Nice, onslaught complete.
As you were.
I just realized I didn't make a tweet or a blue sky about my stream, so I'll do it after this match. Damn, it's already been an hour, or almost an hour. I guess that tracks, where we played almost 2 matches.
The Omnissiah favors us. Resuming uphill. Iterative phase near completion.
Do you think if I DM'd the Darktide voice actors, they'd play with me if I tried? But what if I DM'd them to not play Darktide, but play web fishing with me, and I can ask them questions while we fish? Do you think they say yes, or would they say, "Who are you?"
Right, let's get to the killing. Head out for Chasm Terminus.
I feel like I'd get a "Who are you?" but it can't hurt to try, right? When has this box ever been here before? Yoink. Worst they can say is no. I mean, the worst they could do is file a restraining order and send an assassin after me, but sure. They're always like, the worst you can say is no. Oh yeah, what if she hires someone to kill me? Ever think of that option? Bet you didn't think of that, huh, buddy? You want me to be murdered. You're luring me into a false sense of security, aren't you? Bup, bup.
The hound is dead! Wave a shotgun!
I was thinking of throwing my grenade there, but I decided against it. Ouch. Report Havoc for not killing that thing? Get reported. Floor drugs, Havoc. Hello, floor drugs? Enter? Thank you.
The only answer to this profane life!
But is her being passionate enough to hire an assassin to win in my book? I mean, I guess. She sent an assassin. That is how I know she cares. Swain moment. Speaking of Swain, speaking of League of Legends, November, Arcane Season 2. Speaking of Arcane Season 2, so they have this new Exalted skin out. It's a new Ultimate skin in League of Legends. It's coming out with Arcane. Now, once again, not an issue, Ultimate skins. However, let me lead you on the line of Ultimate skins. The first I guess technically the first Ultimate skin is Spirit Guard Udyr. But we won't count that because it's so old, it's hardly counted as an Ultimate skin. The first skin is Elementalist Lux. It is 10 skins within one, and you unlock different elements of the skin as you play the game. So as you do damage, you'll unlock different elements, and you can choose like, oh, rude. Oh, I want my Lux to be fire element, right? It doesn't actually do anything for like gameplay purposes, but it's all purely cosmetic, which is fine by me. Did I just use a grenade to deal with a sniper? You're gosh diddly darn right. 10 skins in one, has a whole bunch of like unique voice lines depending on each element, recall animations for each element, different visual effects, all that snazz, right? The next Ultimate skin was trying to remember the timeline here. It wasn't Samira. Samira did come. Samira came. What was the next Ultimate skin? Ultimate Skins League of Legends. Oh yes. Then we had Gun Goddess Misfortune, which kind of similar to Elemental Selects had different forms, but the difference was you didn't have to do damage to unlock them. You would just like select them when you backed. You could change your form, and it would be like visuals, different VFX, different different like voice lines, different like slightly different animations, stuff like that. Cool stuff like that. And Riot was like, "Hey, this isn't up to the highest quality we've ever done, so we're just gonna." It's going to be cheaper. It's going to be cheaper than Elemental Selects. It's only going to be $15 rather than $18 because it's not really like the whole 9 yards. And we're like, all right, cool, yeah. I mean, it's not a bad skin for sure. It's just a little, obviously, comparing it to Elemental Selects is a bit rough. Cool, great. Then we had Ultimate Skin, Samira's Ultimate Skin, which was a $30 fucking skin. Now, let me tell you, Elementalist Lux is $18. Gun Goddess Misfortune is like $15, right? And then, Street Fighter Samira, or Soul Fighter Samira, whatever it's called, had no unique things to it. It was basically just a legendary skin. The whole shebang is that when if you got a pentakill, it would play like an animation. Now, I don't know about you, but it's kind of hard to get pentakills, especially on ADCs, because they're not, like, you know, especially because more often than not, they suck. It's the $30 skin. And then there was KDA All Out Seraphine, which was her release skin. It was $18, which, you know, I think it was $18. It was not a bad skin, right? It was, you had multiple forms that you could unlock. It wasn't like in-game where you could change it, but there was like it was essentially 3 skins in one. You had like, like amateur musician, you had like starting out pop star, and then you had the full like KDA pop star kind of vibe, and you know, every skin had different animations, different like visuals, stuff like that. It was cool, great, nice. Maybe not, like similar to Gun Goddess Misfortune in terms of quality, but generally I think a skin that's worth $18 because you get 3 of them. It's cool, it's fun. It was like a whole interactive thing as well. And then the next ultimate skin is Exalted Jinx, which is her skin, which is how she's gonna look at Arcane Season 2. It is a gotcha skin for. All it does is just different VFX if you get the gotcha, and it's gotcha with no guarantee of getting it, or sorry, there is a guarantee of getting it, but it's a $200 gotcha. You have to spend $200 to get this skin. Oh wait, I'm so sorry, I forgot about the skin that came before it. The $500 skin. $500 fucking dollars. Absolutely criminal. And need I mind you that these skins aren't like Elementalist Lux. They don't have 10 different skins in one. They don't have different VFX. I mean, okay, to be fair, there's like the $500 skin obviously has different VFX and it's like cool, but it's $500 fucking dollars, right? Not $500 cool, as I'll say. And the Exalted skin is literally a Nexus finishing animation and a different Ultimate animation. That's it. That's it. Riot Games, what has happened to you, man? I used to give you so much credit for being such, like... I used to give Riot Games credit, like, yeah, like, you know, it's $10 a skin, you get all these cool VFX, you get, you know, and stuff, since every skin had, like, different VFX, different animations on different stuff. You had obviously had, I didn't need the ticket, I don't know why I grabbed that. You had, like, different recall animations and stuff, like, cool effects. Like, obviously some skins were, like, not the best, but recently, the skin quality has gone down, while, like, the quality skins, quote-unquote, with the legendary and ultimate skins are just getting more and more expensive. And there's like more and more microtransaction crap. Like they're getting worse than MiHoYo. And that's saying something, man. Like, unfortunately, they can get away with it because they're one of the most popular games in the world, so they're always going to have money, right? They're always going to make a profit. Which is a shame. And don't even get me started on how champ design is taking a fucking nosedive. Oh, oopsie poopsie. I'm gonna be real, I didn't see the demon host. I feel like over time companies lose their identity as people leave and new people are hired. Rippy OG Bungie, except for that one guy. Yeah. Thank you, Havoc. And like, I don't even get the reason why. And like, I'm not an economist. I don't have a degree in like economics. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm like the smartest guy in the world when it comes to financials. But like, who do you think's gonna get bought more on with a player base as large as League of Legends? The $500 skin or the $20 skin? Now, maybe I'm wrong and stupid, but I feel like way more people are going to be able to buy the $20 skin. And like, the funny thing is, part of this, the reason why it was quote-unquote so expensive was for like this Hall of Legends things they wanted to make. But I feel like, once again, they would have raised more money if the skin was like, I would have been fine paying $50 for the Faker skin. Like, Faker's the most popular, most best player in the world. The skin's got all this cool shit attached to it. Why, like, if it was $50, I would have been more like, okay, yeah, it's like a super fucking special edition skin. I get it. I'd be willing to pay for that. But, like, anything past that is insane. And it's just like, bruh.
Don't be so gloomy. The good part's just starting.
Shout out to the Forever Winter devs for saying they don't want any goddamn microtransactions.
suppose I could take some small satisfaction in terrorizing Harrington forces. Were I the vengeful sort? It's a hierarchy, see? Enforcers, debtors, arbiters, us.
I don't know. I just wish, like I get what they're doing, right? They're appealing to the whale market, the people who have the money. But like the whale market, sug my dick, is like so much smaller than your normal player market. And you know what's funny? The thing about the $500 Ari skin for Faker, Faker doesn't use skins. The only reason why he even has skins is just like the creator program, which gives every like pro player the skins. He doesn't even use them. Every champion he plays, he uses the default skin on. He even said before in past interviews he probably wouldn't even buy his own skins. Like the only time he ever buys his own, like before they were just given to him. The only time he would ever buy SKT skins, which is the team he plays for, if they were in his My Shop, and even then. Like, I don't think I've even seen Faker use his, like, his Hall of Fame skin. Like, maybe he used it for, like, a promo bit, but... Also, like, after they released that skin, like, SKT had won Worlds, so they got their own team skin, and that you could buy for a measly $15. You could buy a bundle that has a Faker signature on the goddamn skin. So it's just like, what are we doing here, gang? Like, I don't even get the argument. Oh, it's rarity. It's an online digital skin. It's not a Pokemon card, right? All right, I will be right back. I gotta fill my water bottle up. BRB water. Alright, I will be back. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, my friends.
Commodore, I would very much like to know where you acquire your wares.
I've returned. Water bottle is full. Alright, let me make a social media post that I completely remembered to make. And definitely didn't forget. I don't even know what tweeting's called on Blue Sky. I guess post. But we playing Dark Tide. Hashtag Warhammer 40k. Hashtag VTuber. Hashtag why did my wife leave me? Alright. Boop. And let me just cross-post this to Elon Musk's Twitter. My YouTube Twitter for my channel is actually cursed. All my goddamn followers nowadays, like, are just fucking, like, artists. Like, I'm not trying to say that they're scammers, but, like, the only reason they're following me is they hope that I, like, commission them. That's the only reason why they're following me. Yo, cute. Repost that. Follow this artist because they did some cute stuff. Alright. That was not one of the artists that tried to scam me, but you know how it is. And like that, oh my god, these artists, they'll get in my DMs and they'll start chatting to me all kind and stuff. You know, I chat back. You know, I'm not gonna be rude about it. But like, I'll be chatting to them and like, what's your VTuber model? What's this, that, and the other? And I show them, you know, pictures of my PNG and stuff. And they're like, oh, why don't you use Live 2D? And I said, oh, I can't really afford it. And then they'll be like, oh, like, or well, this is specifically one of them. Was like, oh, well, how much do you think you'll need for it? And I was talking about how much my artist was talking about, and it's like I was thinking around in my head, a good VTuber model with all like a bunch of bells and whistles is probably going to be like $2,000, probably around $2,000 is a good amount to save up for a good VTuber model. And they're like, oh, don't you think that's so expensive? I was like, no, not really. You know, if you want high quality with good movement, you know, buttons to hit and stuff. No, and they're like, oh, well, and of course they were like, oh, well, here are my prices. We can do one way cheaper. And I didn't want to tell them just fuck off outright because I didn't want to be rude. But I was like, oh, you know, I can't really afford it right now, and stuff like that. So even if I wanted to get a model, I couldn't. They're like, oh, well, my prices are really cheap. We can get you on a payment plan. And I was like, what? And I just closed the DM from that. I didn't want to continue that. I was so fucking. I'm like, read the room first of all. I'm very clearly being nice to you, right? By like not just telling you to fuck off, and then you hit me with a payment plan. Fuck off! Holy shit! Get sundered upon the stones. Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Oh my god! Zangief from Street Fighter 6. Wow. Oh, well, my typing didn't work. Oh, unlucky. Payment plans for ARC are such a silly concept for me. Well, like, not even like, it's not really a silly concept in my head. Like, because obviously, like my artist, the artist I actually want to commission a model, the one who did my PNGs, even she was like, yeah, we can probably do, I was talking to her about it, I said, yeah, would you ever consider something like a payment plan if I don't have the 2K outright? And she'd be like, yeah, that'd probably be fine. But like, if I, don't just come at me and just essentially assign a payment plan to me, like assuming I'm gonna buy your shit after I said I wasn't going to. Like, holy moly. Next time I would lie and say real VTuber models make you sick, so they know the truth, they aren't real followers. My audio feels really weird. I think I might swap to Psyker after this, maybe. We'll see. Oh, and you know what they also had the audacity of? This individual had the audacity to hit me up with a "you there" after I ghosted them. I was like, really? You're gonna hit me up with a "you there"? Suffer 1,000 eternal fates. Like, I get it, like, people want to follow people in hopes of following back. That's how, like, you want to market yourself. But, like, at some point you just look desperate. Like, and I checked this person's profile, and they get plenty of traffic. They don't need my ass. But I wonder if this is how they gotten every, like, commission they've ever done. It's just, like, essentially assigning people the commission. Does my avatar have titties? Yes. One might refer to me as a big fan of titties. Dude, they sent me the U up pics for real. I was told one person I just lost my job so they wouldn't bother me. I should start telling people that. I mean, it's true. I did get fired semi-recently. Still upset that I got fired, I'm gonna be real. But at the same time, it's like, well, what am I gonna do? Like, was it my fault? I guess, legally speaking, but the reason is very stupid. So, the reasoning is too many times I hit my 5th hour, which is fine, right? If I did that and I fucked up, that's on me. I get it, right? My bad. Hello, dog. But the thing is, I asked, and they like showed me this paper. The highest amount of time I went over my 5th was 45 seconds. And that happened like 3 times. It was like 40 seconds. I was like, oh, man. When did you find out you were mentally ill? I don't know. Good question. Why are you in that goddamn chat saying these dumbass things? Ever think of that? Uno momento, por favor. Just get rid of those 2 individuals real quick. Coming into my chat, saying these dumbass things. My God. In the 41st millennium, there are titties. There are titties in the 41st millennium. Didn't we just do this map? Truly the darkest timeline. One of my routine lies that I spend the last of my money on groceries. That's a solid one. I spent the last of my money at the casino. Put it all on 13 black. In the 41st millennium, there are women. Oh God, we are truly in a grimdark universe. Why is that thing just owning me? That thing just locked in on me. What the fuck? Rude. Bunk. You know, it's funny, those 2 came into my chat right after I'd posted. I guarantee you they did not come from Blue Sky, they came from Twitter. Women in my 41st millennium? More real than you think.
Hadron here. Pay attention. Data stream. Viable.
Ouch. Pinned by a dog, more likely than you think. Speaking of things, I'm so glad that someone in the Democratic Party gave Tim Walz the A-OK to swear, because it's been so funny.
he says he called Donald Trump. He just said Donald Trump spews a bunch of bullshit. He called Elon Musk a dipshit. We truly are in the funniest timeline. Like a Midwestern father who's not allowed to call people dipshits is like an angel without their wings. By the way, if the two people who just got hidden from my channel are still here, donate me $10 and I'll unhide you. I won't. But I would like the $10. Boop. 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 Ba-da-da-da.
Ogryn's are the strongest.
I can only imagine you attempted random inputs until it worked, but it is now working.
My biggest complaint about the Democratic Party inside of the real policies is that they don't commit to bits enough. It's true, they don't. Like the whole, like when they stopped calling, like they, for some reason, I kind of blame Michelle Obama for this. Of like, for some reason, like Democratic politicians are so obsessed with taking the quote-unquote high road. And it's like the Republicans just get free reign over the discourse that way, right? They get to call us, you know, they get to call Democrats groomers, pedophiles, murderers, you know, shit like that. And the Democrats, God forbid, one of them be mean, right? Well, God forbid, one of them hurt a Republican's feelings. Can that guy freaking die up there? Like, let's play ball. Let's throw some mud, you know? Sling some shit. Tim Walz, like, prove that works, right? And then for a bit, they were like, no, Tim Walz, don't do that. And then finally, I guess recently, they're like, wait a minute. Our constituents want us to throw mud? All right, Tim Walz, go ahead. Do what you gotta do, my man. And Tim Walz like, can do. Should have stopped letting Biden do press and only let him get... Yeah. When Dark Brandon is allowed to be, like, mean and funny, like... These are old dudes. They know how to be mean. They know how to be funny with it, too. Also, it is very, like, once again... Like, Biden was definitely having some, like, cognitive issues when he was still, like, running. But now that he's not running for president, you can tell he's, like... The stress is literally lifted off of his brain, and he's, like... So much more like real life now.
Got the sniper.
Can we say the same for Donald Trump? No, that guy has somehow lost his mind. Talking about Aaron, like a solid 10 minutes on Arnold Palmer's Wang, or Arnold Palmer's Wang. Anytime he brings up Hannibal Lecter, I'm like, what are we going on about, my guy? Oh, you know what was also just so juicy to watch? Tim Walz publicly calling out Donald Trump on his McDonald's bullshit. Like, that's so good that we have someone that can just identify that just so easily. Like, actually just bring it up rather than just sweeping it under the rug. Oh, and also the fact that J.D. Vance has essentially been shelved in favor of Elon Musk for, like, being Trump's pseudo-running mate. Because, like, yeah, do I think J.D. Vance maybe had a better performance at the debate than Tim Walz? Yeah, but, like, Tim Walz, like, delivered a killing blow. Like, I think Tim Walz won the debate, even though he had, like, definitely a worse performance. Obviously, J.D. Vance is a lawyer, right? With the whole, like, oh, did Donald Trump win the election thing, and J.D. Vance floundering for 2 weeks and then finally saying no. Absolutely, like, knife in the back to Trump's campaign. And then, like, essentially, it's very obvious J.D. Vance has been shelved in favor of Elon Musk, who's, like, more likable, I guess, but... yeah. Needs to be more studies on the stress presidents go through. I mean, just look what it did to, like, Obama. Like, bro's one of our younger presidents, and now he came out looking like he aged 20 years. Like, the only reason why Donald Trump looks the way he is because he spends so much money on fucking cosmetic stuff. And even then, he's still 80. I mean, like, look, being the most powerful person on the planet cannot be a stress-free job. That is for sure. Like, you can take as many, you know, like, beach trips or golf trips as you want. That shit is still gonna age you. Although maybe not Donald Trump, because, you know, he wasn't actually a president. He was just doing it for the photo op, so he actually didn't really do anything for the country, even though some collective amnesia has affected a certain half of the country. Guys, we're gonna be able to afford groceries if Trump's president. Okay, why weren't we able to afford groceries after Trump's president? Oh wait, because he made one of the worst economies the country has ever seen. And also, you know, guys, 200% tariffs. China's gonna pay them. Definitely not how, you know, I definitely know what tariffs are. I'm Donald J. Trump. Come on, buddy, let's be real here. Let's be real here. Anyone who has, like, any slight knowledge of what tariffs are knows that companies don't, the country that the tariff is on doesn't pay them. It's American companies that pays them. And you know who ends up paying those tariffs? You and me. They raise inflation. They do not lower it. He's such a good businessman. He only managed to bankrupt like 7 casinos. How do you even bankrupt a casino? I don't know. That's how good a businessman he is. If you can't tell, I have a very negative opinion of Donald J. Trump. I bet Trump would have a terrible slur. He absolutely would. Hello. Okay. This is the last thing I'll say about politics, since I know not a lot of people like them. I like politics, so this is why I like getting in the nitty-gritty. One of the things that Trump is running on for Project 2025, which is, once again, people say, oh, Trump's not involved, then why did he make J.D. Vance his vice president? You know, why are all his homies Heritage Foundation nerds? One of the things that, like, they're trying to say Trump's running on is, lowering, no taxes on overtime. Well, yeah, there would be no tax on overtime because Project 2025 wants to get rid of overtime. Not working overtime, it wants to get rid of overtime pay. So there'd be no tax on overtime because they'd be getting rid of it. And that's the last thing I'll say about that. It's just like, there's a collective amnesia or like inability to engage with reality on a certain political spectrum in this country, and it's truly disheartening. And I do wonder if there's ever a cure or if we're just stuck like this forever. Like, will Trump derangement syndrome go away after he stops? Because he said he doesn't want to run again if he loses this one. Well, obviously, you know. I mean, if he wins, he won't run again because he'll make himself a dictator, but, you know. Will it go away when Trump goes away? I fucking hope so. I doubt it, though. Anyway, Space Marine 2 got a patch note, And they did some changes I agree with. Like, they buffed pretty much all bolt weapons across the board on an average of like 15% damage increase, which is good. The bolt weapons definitely needed a buff. They reverted the armor nerfs for the harder difficulties, which makes sense to me. Makes sense. And they nerfed zoanthropes again, which is good. Because zoanthropes are cringe. Siren's gonna get pinged. Okay. They nerfed the zoanthropes so they can't shield each other as often, which is good. They're still a little cringe, but, you know, better than what they were. However, the one change, I don't know how I feel about it. I understand why. They gave, like, a pretty solid reasoning for it. Was they removed on the hardest difficulty, they removed the requirement to essentially remove the coherency from, they removed the coherency thing from the hardest difficulty. Now, they said that it's because it negatively affected classes like Assault and Vanguard, which require more freedom of movement, which is definitely true, so I understand the change for that. But I don't know how I feel about them just getting rid of it. Now, they did say that it was more of a test, because they wanted to add, like, World War Z or Dark Tide-esque modifiers to missions in the future, which I think, you know what, cool, good idea, great. But I do kind of, I don't know how I feel about it. They also, like, nerfed the spawn rate of extremist enemies for the hardest difficulty, which is a shame. Because I think the hardest difficulty should be ridiculously hard. I think it's okay if we fight in an unbalanced mission. I think that's fine. It just, you know, I guess I'll have to see. I'll have to play a few runs to see how I feel about it. Like, I blame Reddit for this, but there's this collective need for, like, PvE games to be easy. Like, and I don't understand it. I want lethal difficulty to be lethal. I want it to be hard. And I feel like spawning more Lictors, spawning more Raveners does make it hard. We can make some adjustments so that we still have the sort of like the power fantasy as Space Marines. I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I blame, like, it kind of, this vibe I feel like started with Helldivers, because anytime they made a nerf to a weapon, the Reddit, like, shat their pants and pissed their diapies over it. And same thing's happening with Space Marine 2. Not that any weapons really got nerfed. Like, I do agree some of the Helldivers changes were bad. I think Helldivers had a bad approach to their weapon balance. But, like, I feel like the Space Marine changes were fine. I mean, I'm glad the bolt weapons are getting buffed. They definitely needed it. But yeah, I don't know. And, like, for example, I saw a video on Reddit. I might have talked about this already. But some dude was like, it was a video on the Reddit, which I randomly got recommended. I don't go to the Reddits because they piss me off. It happened with the Dark Tide one, happened with Space Marine Helldivers one, will happen with Space Marine 2 one. But I randomly clicked on it since I got a push notification. It was recommended to me. And it was like, man, the quote was, "I'm trying to defend the new update, but this is BS." And it was literally the guy just failing to roll through some Neurothrope attacks. Like, he just fucked his roll up. It's like, so you're complaining about a skill issue and blaming the devs. It's like, these are the Redditors we're trying to cater towards. Like, I genuinely believe the Reddit should be on the last on the list of people we listen to when balancing games. I genuinely believe that. They should listen to me. No, I'm kidding, but Redditors don't know what they're talking about. They genuinely don't. Like, I think I've seen, like, for every 10,000 like bad Redditor takes, you'll see half of a good take. You'll see half of one. When are they gonna add a grenade launcher to Dark Tide? I feel like they should add one. I feel like it'd be fun. And it wouldn't even be like, oh, it's too OP. I feel like it just, well, they have the Rumbler, obviously. Just give the veteran one. Have it be like a 4-shot grenade launcher. Maybe it's got like 36 rounds, like in the magazine, right? I feel like it'd be fun. Thump, thump, thump. You know? I feel like it wouldn't even be like OP. No more OP than the Rumbler, right?
Come to play, have you?
Stagger him a second so we get more bullet damage. But all I'm saying is Fat Shark hit my line. We can make this game. We'll make Darktide great again. Yo, oh, speaking of Darktide being great again, I saw this video and it made me laugh. It was so unintentionally funny. It was like a Instagram reel about Darktide. And it's like, why didn't this game blow up? It's in the same universe as Space Marine 2. I would fucking hope so. And it was like, I'll tell you why it didn't blow up. One, because it's kind of like, it didn't get a lot of advertisement. And two, it kind of had a rough launch that it never really, never truly recovered from, which is a shame. Because I do think this game is phenomenal. I love this game to death. Definitely deserves a little bit more attention, I feel. So that's why I'm like, Fat Shark, sponsor some big content creators, play your game. You know, gotta spend money to make money, you know what I'm saying? Like, get some more. One, get a new social media guy. Your current social media guy, you know, to be as nice as possible, not great. Two, like, get some big, like, have some events, big events, more of that Rinda Karnak stuff, right? Ooh, nice. More stuff like Rinda the Karnak twins. Like new social media guy. Let's get some shit posting going. The shit posting kind of sucks, right? No, haven't you heard companies are allergic to money now? Oh, you're so right. You're so right. But like, get someone like Sam Strippin to play Darktide. He's played Darktide before. Sponsor him to play Darktide when you got a new update. Here's our new update. Give this guy some money to do it. I mean, they did it with Bricky. But like, we can do more than just Bricky. I love Bricky, but he's only one guy. I really gotta clean my PC. I think my fan has hair in it. From me. I've said I had to clean my PC the last 3 streams. I'll do it after this. I gotta do it. I got to. Should run to the store, get some new compressed air.
Speak to me of your conclusions.
Yippee! We got the red shield. Yippee! 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 It's so very red. We'll equip it. All right, I'm gonna swap to Psyker now. Bum, 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 bum. What do we got here? Inferno Staff, Salt Chain Sword. What are my talents? Talents are a little cringe. Let's just run the classic. Let's reset this. Boom, 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 ba, boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. I feel like Channel Force is okay. Let's do Kinetic Presence. 7.5. They buffed this. It used to be 5%, right? Or did they nerf it? Red and Brass, World Eater Com. Or World Eater Core. True. Let's do Seer's Presence. Do that. One with the Warp. Unlucky for some, I feel like it's kind of dog. I'm going to keep it a buck. Keep it a buck 48 with you. We'll do Solidity. We'll do Warp Rider. Oh, they added new Warp Siphon stuff. And we'll do Rending on Warp attacks when above 75% peril. Let's do Penetration Assault, Warp Siphon. We'll do Imperium Empowerment. We'll get In Fire Reborn. Again, 10 times scanning Warp Charge. Yeah, let's grab Essence Harvest. Essence Harvest, I feel, is pretty good. Loadout, toughness. I gotta get new toughness curios, man, but it just feels so hard to get them. And we'll keep the chainsword, why not? Or, I mean, fuck it, why not? The boom song, we'll replace it with a scab bomber saying it. No. No, not the boom song stuck in my head now. Forgive me. I'm so sorry. I only meant it a little. Yeah. Oh, if I have to get compressed air, I have to go all the way out to Target. Oh. It's worth. I think it's worth. Also, I need more, electronic dust wipes. So I should really just do it. Emperor, help us if we get the same mission. If we do, I swear to God.
Sergeant Major, I require access to the Strategium. Has it been attended to?
Isn't it... No. Oh my god, my DM group just... It's 6! My DM group just... Oh, right, you can't leave a squad. My D&D group just added me. I'm not... later. I'm streaming right now. We'll probably play 1 or 2 missions, and then I gotta swing over to Target, clean my PC. You know how it is. Alright. I'm going to physically select a mission, so we do not have to do that one again. We'll do containment yard. Or consignment yard. Roda rola da. About to grab Whataburger and grab dinner. And go to Whataburger and grab dinner and a sweet cinnamon bun. Hey, give me some too. I don't even know what's at Whataburger. Rebuff of the plasma guns, the bulwark shields is interesting. Wait, wait, hold on. Did plasma guns stop being able to shoot their bulwark shields at some point? That's the second person who said that to me, and I didn't believe them. I didn't know. I thought they could still shoot their... What? Wait, what? When were they not able to shoot their plasma or bulwark shields? When did that happen? Did I miss something? Yeah, since the big patch, they did like 30 damage to bulwarks, couldn't stagger it. What? I must have missed that. What the fuck? At least through the shield. I did not know that happened. I did not know. I feel so bad because I was like, oh no, I told the guy, no, that they can shoot their fucking plasma or bulwark shields. I feel so bad now. Probably sounded like a dick. What the sigma? What the sigma? What the shrigma?
Never did enjoy sensory duty myself. Safer than where we're going, mind.
Varmint
I mean, sentry duty's probably boring as hell.
Not idle conjecture.
Havoc's typing because he stopped moving. Get facts and logic? I guess I did.
The war zone's fed with the tools of war. It fails, it wins.
Reach the production nexus. You can cut across to the consignment yard from there.
Oh, just so you know, when you do a fully charged Pyre Beam for the increased damage to your primary, you don't have to actually unleash the full flame. You can just cancel it early and just go back to spamming the primary. The optimal damage. Optimal damage. Imagine Sentry Duty 40k, it's super boring, but there's a very real chance you'll jump scared and your soul eaten. I mean, it all depends, right? Sentry Duty, Chaos Incursion, Sentry Duty, probably spooky as hell. But the worst Sentry Duty possible is on a Gene Stealer invasion, because you never know when a fucking Lictor is just going to get you. And now you may be saying, oh, but Lictors aren't Gene Stealers. And I'm like... I don't know why my chat doesn't work. Lictors are usually the first Tyranids on a planet. Like Lictor type enemies. The Leapers, Lictors. Why am I didn't... Where did I just go? Lictors, Leapers, and what's the other one? There's like a third Lictor type. Not the Neurolictor. I mean, I guess that one would also be there, but not that one. There's a third sort of regular Lictor type. What's the one that looks like Conrad Kurz? I'm fucking dead. Oh shit's about to get hot.
Stand up and fight!
I want... Hello? Okay. Oh. Oh shit, it's about to get hot. Hello, Greg. But yeah, what's the Lictor that looks like Conrad Kurz? Because isn't that the one like fucked with that one governor until he like lost his goddamn mind? It's getting hot in here, something like that. So take off all your clothes. Everyone gets a personal Lictor. Yippee! I want to name mine Phil. And I want to feed him my neighbors. I don't like my neighbors very much. I still haven't gotten the answer for the Lictor that looks like Conrad Kurz. I'll have to look it up. Or is that one Leapers? No, the Leapers are the big ones, right? I don't know anymore. I'm not a Tyranid player. All I know is that the Neurolictor wears thigh highs and stock like long sleeves. Ow! I couldn't dodge because there's a box. No, you misunderstand your relationship with your lictor is the same as that one guy you were talking about? Nuh-uh. Maybe you. Not me. Me and my lictor are best friends. Maybe you're not friends with your lictor. Maybe your lictor's an asshole, but my lictor's a nice guy. He's a Mets fan. It's all about the Mets. Spin-off series trying to befriend their lictor. A Mets fan. Yeah, the Mets. All about the Mets, baby. It's not about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets. I like that it was very clear you were typing that out, and then I said the Mets fan thing. Your lictor and you. We love kinetic flare in this household. Anyone who shit talks kinetic flare in this household is getting straight to the Razor Racks. Your lictor's evil, and if they are a Mets fan, imagine being the same company as Wilson Fisk. Look, Wilson Fisk isn't, he's misunderstood. The woke mob is coming for Wilson Fisk. The woke mob's coming for the Kingpin. Just because he wants to sunder reality for his wife, family values. The woke mob hates family.
The production nexus is somewhere below you.
Oh, well, that guy left. I'll never be your hero. Wolfskins of this friends with fanfiction comes soon, but voiced by me, yes. Wilson, you're so handsome and tall, so powerful. This, the Spider-Man. I bet he's the Spider-Man. He's eating the cats. He's eating the dogs. They won't tell you this, but the Spider-Man, he's a menace. He's a menace. They say it in the news. J. Jonah, wonderful man. J. Jonah would despise that guy's guts, by the way.
The solitude is not unwelcome, but I should find them.
We got measures. No more big mutiny.
Get your data interrogators in place so you can get that door open.
God, I forgot how awful the modern. For some reason, at one point, GW thought it was a good idea to change their UI for their website. They just made it 10 times worse for no reason. The old UI was fine. I don't know why we changed it. Get out of my head. No. I think the funniest thing he said is that Jade would hate and then I'd have to defend Spider-Man. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I may think Spider-Man's a menace, but that guy, he's a real piece of work.
Data stream. Acceptable quality.
You have to remember, J. Jonah canonically marched with mutants, protesting for their ability to live. Death Leaper, that's the one I'm thinking about. The Death Leaper, yeah, that's the one that looks like Conrad Kurz. Yeah, I like the Death Leaper a lot. He's cool. The Death Leaper's pretty freaking cool, I'd say so. Because there was a time, there was a comic where I think J. Jonah was mayor in this comic. And someone was like, oh, what do you think about the mutant freaks like Spider-Man? The guy was like, hey, whoa! Wait, we don't say shit like, I may not like Spider-Man, but be he a mutant or not, that is not why I dislike him. I think one issue with using the fully charged to get primary fire buffs on the perk staff is that it takes so long to charge the perk staff that it feels like half the time it's better just to like half charge it just to get some fire out, you know? I hate how some iterations JJ trying to give him the logical reason for him to hate Spider-Man, and I think it's peak fiction when it's nonsensical. Yeah, like you don't have to have reasons to dislike somebody. Sometimes you just dislike somebody. That's like more accurate than like some convoluted reason of like, oh, he's a vigilante menace. Like, no, he's just he just doesn't like Spider-Man. That's all. It's all right. And it's way funnier, like when you have it against like J. Jonah being like rather like J. Jonah's typically a very like well thought out man, and then he just doesn't like Spider-Man for some reason. That's fine. Although, and the one thing I do like about J. Jonah is that they haven't had him change his mustache for the obvious reason, because they've just never like brought it, they brought it up a couple times in like shows and stuff of it being like Captain America scolding J. Jonah about it. But like they're not trying to make, they're not trying to change his mustache because it's a Hitler stash. It's originally the Charlie Chaplin. So shout out to Marvel for never really changing that. Obviously they kind of changed it for the movie. Oh god, what was the name of the actor who played J. Jonah in the movies? Patrick Stewart? No, not Patrick Stewart. It's the other bald guy. It's not Neil Patrick Harris, is it? Is it? No, that's not right. That doesn't sound right. Sounds wrong in my brain. I just took so much fucking damage. Holy shit. Who's the actor who plays J. Jonah? Also played Psycho and Whiplash. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is it Neil Patrick Harris? Idris? I literally revived him and he left. J.K. Simmons, that's who. Who the fuck is Neil Patrick Harris? Oh, right. He was in How I Met Your Mother. He's the man whore.
Explosive end! Engaging war protocols!
Yeah, I like J.K. Simmons. He's a good actor. Big fan of that guy. I think my least favorite iteration of J. Jonah Jameson is probably in the Spider-Man games, simply because they kind of made him like an Alex Jones ripoff. And like, I get the funny joke, but it's also like, meh. I get it. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, it was so terrible. He's Alex Jones. It's just like, it's, I get it. I get what they're doing. It just doesn't land for me. That's it. Although, here's my next criminal take. I'm not even a big fan of the Spider-Man games. I'll say it. I think it's hard to beat the Arkham games, and the Spider-Man games don't do it for me. Like, if I'm gonna play a superhero game like that, I'm gonna play Batman Arkham City, Arkham Knight, you know, Arkham Asylum. Speaking of Arkham Knight, there's been some sort of, like, collective, like, I don't know if collective amnesia or something, but the opinion of Arkham Knight seems to have changed as of late to, like saying it was a really good game. I remember when that game came out, people were trashing on it. It was not very much loved on release. And I wonder if it's, like, gotten to the point where it's just nostalgia glasses for that, since they haven't really, like, no games have really had that sort of pizzazz the Arkham games did. Like, Gotham Knight was okay, it obviously wasn't, like, as good as the Arkham games. And then Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 were good, objectively, right? But once again, they didn't really hit the vibe of the Arkham games. Spider-Man games are okay. I like some of the Arkham games. I think the open world beam up was overplayed IMO. I think we need to switch the powers up. We had too many fist swinging IMO. Yeah, a little bit. Although, like, Arkham Knight was the open world beat 'em up. Arkham City and Arkham Asylum were a little more linear. I mean, Arkham City was obviously more open world than Arkham Asylum was, because just less stuff to play around with. Or more stuff to play around with in Arkham City and Arkham Knight and Arkham Asylum. The one thing I do like about the Arkham games, especially with Spider, is that the enemies don't learn in the Spider-Man games. Like in Arkham Knight, for example, if you have a tendency for hiding up on the gargoyle, or in the Arkham games, I shouldn't say Arkham Knight. If you have a tendency to hide on the gargoyles, the bad guys will destroy the gargoyles. Or, like, if you have a tendency for calling around in the vents, the bad guys will check the vents more. I'm gonna die. Wow. Rude. I'm in the minority, but give me a Green Lantern game. The thing is with the Green Lantern game is, like, it's never gonna... I don't think the Green Lantern game can ever live up to expectations, right?
Initiating crowd control!
I'm gonna die. I kind of trolled. I know that I think there's a Superman and an Iron Man game being made, so we'll see how those go. I feel like an Iron Man game is going to be really super, like, when you have characters that can fly around and shit, it's really awkward, like, how you balance the combat around that. And, like, how is a Superman game going to feel? Am I really going to die to some guy with fucking, like, a metal pipe if I fuck up my counter or whatever?
To predict your end if you leave. That's the Ranger dead. Reaching into the wall.
Oh, you know what game we didn't even discuss for this, like, discussion? Arkham, the Suicide Squad game. Which I'm like, you know, I'm pretty sure is like not a terrible game. It's probably fine. Probably not much more than fine. But I think the game got a really, really bad... I think had Kevin Conroy not passed away at the time he did, the game would probably have like a lot more positive or like middling reception. But like people just assume that people attribute maliciousness to this game that was never intended. I don't think the devs were like predicting, oh, we're gonna wait for Kevin Conroy to die and then we're gonna kill Batman. Like it's called Kill the Justice League. What did you expect, man? DCUO existed, all these wacky powers, and then hit when it came out, or online. Oh yeah. Fair enough. Also, apparently, according to some leaks that I've seen online, spoilers for Suicide Squad. Apparently, the Batman you kill isn't even the real Batman. Like the Justice League members you kill aren't even real Justice League members. Well, save for Wonder Woman, but she dies. You don't kill her. She dies saving you from Superman. They're all clones made by Brainiac. So once again, just really unfortunate timing for the Suicide Squad devs and Kevin Conroy's unfortunate passing. Oh, speaking of Bricky, I didn't mention him, but I just wanted to talk about him. He's going to be on Playing Tabletop soon, so that's fun. It was really fun watching him do his Night Lords and Sisters last time, so I wonder what he's bringing this time. I assume he's bringing his Sisters and Night Lords again. Always fun to watch. But as fun as that is, the sad thing is that when he's away, he can't stream Silent Hill 2, and I want to watch him play Silent Hill 2. I was enjoying watching it. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna fail. Oh, I made it. Nice. Alrighty. The Militarum gets the job done. What time is it? 7? Do I have time for one more? Maybe not. Especially if I'm gonna run to Target. I think I might be... yeah, timing is key with these games. I don't think gamers wanted to kill the Justice League game thematically and mechanically. No one wanted samey hero shooter gameplay. No one felt like killing JL. Well, I don't even think it was that. I think the concept of the game is fine, right? It's a game where you wanted to make a game about the Suicide Squad. You wanted to introduce this big bad villain, Brainiac, and then you just have to kill the Justice League as some sort of like... Because, like... I think it's a narrative, like, you could call it a narrative cop-out, and I don't necessarily know if I disagree. But, if you want a game where you play the Suicide Squad, and you want to have a big bad guy, like Brainiac, well, it's kind of like the Arkham Knight situation of, like, why didn't Batman just call the Justice League? Is he stupid, you know? Like, it just feels like an unnecessary narrative hoop to avoid. So they're just like, you know what, just have the Justice League be, like, mind-controlled, and you have to kill them. Easy. Boom. Perfect. Good hook right there. It's not like it's the first time the Suicide Squad has ever had to kill the Justice League, right? Shit like that happens all the time in comics. That one comic run where the guy who did The Boys wrote how the Punisher killed everyone. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, The Killing Joke, DC Death Metal, The Ridiculous Six, kind of, sort of, you know, shit like that. It happens all the time. I don't even think it's like, I think it's like a weird thing to get upset about. It's a comic book game. There's gonna, like, I think comic book games should be more wacky, right? I think we should have more of these wacky storylines in games, to go alongside with our more serious ones. I think it's fine. Like, comics aren't like, the superhero comics aren't these nitty gritty, oh, I'm so dark and edgy. It's like, they can be stupid and silly. Like, Suicide Squad is definitely stuff that's built on stupid and silly, and I don't think that's a problem. I think it's just like, once again, unfortunate timing of Kevin Conroy's passing, but he had passed when the game was already being, like, you know, it was already announced. It's not like they could have been like, oh, well, we got to cancel our whole fucking game now. You know, it's just, an unfair malice attributed to a game that had no malicious intent, and that really just kind of, like, cuckolded the game. And I'm not going to sit here and say the game's good. I haven't played it. I haven't seen any gameplay of it. Looks kind of like a horde shooter, genetic sort of, like, beat-em-up style game, which is fine. You know. But that is going to be it for this stream. I do got to run to Target, and then I have D&D and stuff. But if you made it far on the stream, thank you for watching. If you chatted, thank you for chatting. If you enjoyed, thank you for enjoying. If you lurked, thank you for lurking. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Blue Sky, follow me in all the places. And I'll be back maybe tomorrow with another stream. But tomorrow, the first episode of Neva will be going up, so if you're interested in that game, there you go. But until then, hasta la bye-bye.